Casa de Zombie. I'm doing a little video walkthrough. This is actually take two because I realized the first time I was rewatched, I was all sing-songy and sounded kind of weird, like I was talking to a bunch of 5-year-olds. So here we go. Here's our clock. We have our own big giant street clock, which is kind of cool. Great looking little corner here. Got a big tree. Got some flowers. We're going to try to transplant, put our own there. We can move these out to the street. And we've got some a little bit of landscaping to do, but I think we may end up doing that this fall or next spring. Take care of that. Another view of the front. Apparently the ornaments up top are actually original to the building, which was built in 1874, around 1874. Here we are looking down Girard Street, which I wish it was either all painted or all brick, but we'll take care of that some other time. Here, this is the one of the entrances. This entrance here, we're actually going to replace the awning at some point, and the stair, the railing. So we'll be doing this will be the entrance to the studio, the art studio. This here, it was actually a almost a little tiny car being really badass there. This will be the entrance to the residence, our residence up top. And this is another little room we've got here. We've got some plans for this room that we can't really talk about just yet. So we'll walk in. Oh, actually, I wanted to show you this. This building has some really awesome, a lot of the original doorknobs are still intact. If you see here, this little thing here, which I'll show you when we go inside, is a doorbell. Let's see if you can hear this. There it goes. I may try to take that apart and see if I can replace it or fix it. It's really cool. Something like that. And we've got a lot of original stuff is intact. But you can't really see, this is a lot of our demolition. This is the room here. There's a trophy place here. And they had like mirrors on the walls, carpet on the walls. So we're either going to tear this off, all the carpet and mirrors down, or leave it up and turn it into a sex palace. And there's the original fireplace, one of three, which has got the original tile. It's really cool stuff. There's we're doing a lot of demolition. Here we walk in, we've got these really nice transoms, which are some in the front too, but they've been painted over or something. I may try to tear that, see what's coming up in the front. See if we can get some other light in here. Okay, here's the doorbell I was just showing you. This here is the thing that rings. Like I said, we've got a lot of really nice doorknobs still intact, which we're going to save those somehow, some way. This will actually be the entrance to our residence. This is the steps going up, which we'll go up there in a second. Some really nice woodworking is still intact for it to be so old. Here's this really cool thing here. There's a little bit of, it's been repaired. We're going to try to sand this off and restain it. Just trying to see if we can breathe some more life back into it, because it's really phenomenal. And this little area here, which this door here will actually be gone. We're going to cover all that up and install a bathroom back in this area. And this will all have the same type of. We're just going to put down some flooring. It's really nice. It's kind of fake hardwood all throughout the bottom floor. This is the studio. Here's the front here. Yeah, we got a lot of work. When we first looked at this building, it was the walls were in horrible shape. The cellar had like this about half a drop ceiling. The cellar actually did a lot of work to it, which it saved us from having to do all this stuff. It looks it's going to be nice. Now the door here is not original to the building, and we don't need it, so we're going to have the other contractors in there. He's going to cover that up. This is the original door that goes back. This is the side door that goes up to Gerard Street that doesn't work. It's been sealed up. Here's a side stairwell, which that goes up to our residence, our living space, which we'll go up there in a minute. Unfortunately, this stairwell here, they've painted it up, and it still doesn't look bad. I wish it would look like the other. It's got a little different design there. We'll try to find a finial for it or whatever they're called. We're actually just going to repaint this. Let's make this gray paint. I think we can fix that pretty nice because it's stripping it. It's a lot of lead-based paint probably. We just seal that up. Seal it up real good, some good primer, and keep it a lot of paint. This is the hallway. Again, we're going to put new flooring down. Turn here. There's looking into the studio. And here's this really cool basement. I wanted to show you, but apparently the lights burn out. And I could probably go down and feel my way around and find another light, but I don't want to because it's a really low ceiling. I'll end up knocking the shit out of myself, and to be honest, the basement kind of scares me a little. Okay, here, turn around here. Here's this will be another living space back here, like an apartment. This is this will be the living area. This really nice wainscoting, which they painted over in the studio, but they actually saved it here. All nice original woodworking downstairs. It's really good for building this age and for so many people that built here. And there was actually a trophy thing like I mentioned earlier. Here's the other fireplace and mantel. Some really nice tile work. We'll clean all that up, and it's got some kind of weird covering. We'll fix all that. But yeah, it's amazing in good shape. And there's original flooring underneath this plywood, so we're going to pull it up and see what's underneath there, but I'm sure it looks kind of rough, so we may not be able to save any of that. They painted the wainscoting back here for some reason. This will be a kitchen. Nice little shallow closets. There's some little tools back in here. Some paint and stuff that have been working. This looks out onto the back of the building, which is a nice private or a little parking lot for us, which got to come in handy at some point. We have absolutely no yard, which I'm okay with that to an extent. I got to replace some screens there because I hate to mow grass. I hate yard work. Look here. This will be the bedroom to the apartment. This door doesn't work. They've sealed it up too, which I'm okay with. At one point, when the first time we looked at the building, there was this big window right here, which had been covered up because they've added a bathroom under the back, which I'll show you in a minute. Which we're going to kind of work this blank window into the design of the room, but they plastered over. So there's a little bathroom for the apartment. We're going to put a shower, like a stand shower, back in the back there. Replace that big sink. When we come back in, this is the door I said we're going to cover up. And someone said, had a contractor in, he said this was a pocket door, so we may try to just pull the pocket door out if it still works. Seal it up. And this is the foyer. Okay, like I said earlier, this building was built around 1874. It was a hotel at one time. Then another time it was a hotel and tavern, and then just a tavern. There's a lot of history to this building here. We're going to try to save these steps. They've done some kind of weird stain. I don't know what happened at one time, but they had carpet out, and they've actually glued the carpet straight to the floor here on this landing. Just great, huge windows. This great woodworking. We've stripped the walls down up here, stripped the carpet up. This wall being technically does. It's been here, and this will actually be the coming into where we'll be living. I'm sure this being a hotel, this was on the main drag between Cincinnati and Lexington at one time, and this was actually going from Cincinnati to Lexington. This is where a lot of the they would do the cattle drives or even just ride horses. They would stop here in Florence, also known as Stringtown, because they had a hard time. Their animals would be exhausted as they came up the big hill there from the Ohio River. So this will be the first stop. This this is the dining room, or this living room, sorry. There's the third fireplace. There's the other tile, which looks really gaudy, but if you look into any kind of stuff built around that tile with the color, they use really gaudy colors for everything. We're going to try to, we're actually going to, this is all carpeted when we come in. I had this weird paint, I don't know why they would paint it like that. There's actually a different color paint going this way with the block in the middle. And then we got this dark paint going this way with the block in the middle. So I don't know if they had carpeted or something in the center and then had painted the edges or what, but it looks really stupid. And we're actually going to paint the whole floor in instead of trying to save it, because apparently this wood's, we were told this wood is really soft. We'll paint it, seal it up, then we're going to do some kind of decorative paint job on it. It's going to look really cool. Here we're going to the dining room. Now we've, this being a hotel, I did do some research, a little bit, I haven't done too much, and found some of the owners. The second owner of this tavern hotel, by the name of Cahill, which is the house is also known as the Cahill House. He seemed to be a little rough little character. I found some records where both he and his wife were arrested for assault and battery and went to court. Then there was a few instances, I would say 3 or 4, where he was arrested and cited for selling alcohol to minors. This one we're looking at here, this is the dining. This would be the dining room. The woodworking up here is it's really weird. It's not as nice as it was downstairs. I'm not sure why that is, but it's really hard wood. I think it's just meant to be painted. It wasn't meant to be stained. So we're going to repaint it. Anyways, Mr. Cahill was a bit of a shady character, but he run this business for many, many years. This will be the kitchen. Around here, do a circle. There's another door. So again, we've got a lot of work. We're going to pull all this flooring up. Now this door here, we're going to plaster over it. We don't need it because it goes into what's going to be the bathroom, which we have another door for. And I think our fridge is going to go there. We come out into the hallway. Again, we've got a very narrow hallway up through here. Now this on the left is the stairwell, painted stairwell I mentioned earlier. Repaint. This is the bathroom. They've got they've done a little bit of work, so we've got some new throne and new sink. It's got to install a shower, and this is a door that's going to be gone. So we can sit and we can poop and watch people having tea at the same time if we so desire. It's going to be my new hobby. Turn left, go down the hallway. This is the pink room. This will be a guest room. Now, these were all carpeted. We pulled all the carpet up the floor. They've all been painted, so we're just going to repaint everything. We looked at some examples online. There's some really cool stuff. I may actually just leave the pink paint. It makes me feel safe. There's the wall to fix. It's nice. This is actually a deep little closet. This is the deepest closet we have. If you can see, there's some wallpaper in there. Which I don't know. I'm not sure. It doesn't match the end of the wallpaper. We pulled it down out here, but it's still pretty old. Back out of here, then go on down the hallway. This is the master bedroom. So we've got some work to do here. A lot of doors. I wish I could go downstairs. I wish a lot was in the basement, because there's a lot of stack of the old doors are down, the original doors, and they all have the original doorknobs, which I think we can fix. You see, there's a little narrow closet. I mean, you can kind of see it's like that wide, about a foot wide. So we'll have to build some closet. So you can see this this is the original wallpaper, because this is right onto the plaster walls, and these walls are plaster. There's no insulation. It's brick. The outside walls, it's brick on the outside and plaster on the inside. Here we go. Here's looking out our bedroom window on this side. This is our parking lot. Some vans in there. We're going to end up putting up a privacy fence along this wall, because yesterday was Memorial Day, and the neighbors that live there, I guess they rent, were having a good time, and were very loud and drunk and angry. I wish I should have recorded that, because it was really funny, some of the stuff that they were saying. I was looking at there. So yeah, I'm actually going to do a lot of research, look into the history of the house. We're going to try to find some old photographs. I got a few I found online, newspaper clippings, and here we can look out this way. This is now, one time there was a restaurant or a hotel right here, which was I've seen pictures. It was super nice. That was the Hilton. The hotel we're in now was the Days Inn. And I think this little thing here, I think that's part of the original hotel that was there. And the family that lives in this house is the same family that owned the hotel back in the early 1900s. Or actually, probably the late 1800s. And we'll look, there's another artist has a studio down the street. I don't know if I mentioned this. Look at this, Stringtown Bar and Grill. That's the old Oddfellows building. Stringtown Bar and Grill's got some great down-home cooking. And next to that, the good-looking little red building. That's Keith Klein's art studio. Great guy. Great artist. He actually did the same thing we did, where he bought the building and rehabbed it. He now lives upstairs. So yeah, that was the initial walkthrough. So yeah, I hope hopefully we get this thing going. It's gonna be a lot of work, but we're really excited to be here, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. Thanks.